Sometimes I wish I could. And that was probably not something you were expecting, but it probably got your attention, right? I know today's video is not about iTunes, but I will say I have been using iTunes a lot more ever since I've actually set it up like this. And that also includes the PowerMac G5 here. Today's video is about the G5, and more specifically, will it work with these? So these are the original restore DVDs for my PowerBook. I got these alongside the PowerBook, and well, as you can see, it says PowerBook G4, but we're going to be trying it on a PowerMac G5. Now, what's interesting about this is that these are from 2004, and so is the PowerMac. These DVDs have macOS 10.3.4 Panther, and that is the exact same copy that this Mac shipped with initially from the factory. So if you take a look at the software side of things here, the original OS is in fact 10.3.4. Now, the first generations of the G5 can, of course, run Jaguar, but, you know, this is a 2004 model, so Panther is as low as we can get. Now, we still have to install all of these here, but for the meantime, we'll start off with Panther because I actually have the DVDs. Now, we can already cross off macOS Leopard because, obviously, I have the DVD and we have it running right now. Now, of course, I could just burn a DVD or burn a couple of CDs if I really wanted to, but where's the fun in that? Today's video is all about testing to see if this is going to work, and well, if it does work, then that means I can use this with other systems in the future. As I was thinking about this, I also remembered that the 8-bit guy, or rather the iBook guy as he was known back then, made a video around 2013 where he patched one of these installer DVDs to work with other Macs. Now, it's a great video. It's still relevant because obviously the DVDs themselves don't change, they don't update. Now, the difference here is that he was using Intel and this is PowerPC. And I decided to at least try it out to see if it'll work. And on his video, he immediately got an error message when he just put it into an incompatible Mac. With this, it got to the point where I was ready to install and I almost had Panther ready to go, but I decided to obviously stop because I wanted to show it on video here so we can actually see the installation in progress. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in the DVD here, and let's go ahead and install Panther. Nice. Leopard is a great version of macOS to use, but there's no denying that Aqua looks awesome, especially on the cinema display here and our new acrylic accessories. I know it's small on camera, but even just small details like the Aqua Apple logo, man, that is awesome. I can't wait to start the installation here and actually use Panther for like the first time ever. Even though I have these restore DVDs and I have actually installed Panther on the PowerBook before, it was a direct upgrade from that to, I think it was Tiger or Leopard. At least now we can use it on a powerful system like the G5. And of course the DVD has to spin up because I took too long. So it was usually around this point where the error message would pop up, at least on the 8-bit guy's video. But here, I mean, it's just reading packages and it's allowing me to continue. And we even have the America Online Instant Messenger logo. This is awesome. System requirements. You must have a G3, G4, or G5. You can't really get simpler than that. You do need at least 128 megabytes of RAM. We're all out here with half a gigabyte, so yeah. And storage itself is not a problem because every single partition I have is a solid 250 gigabytes. So let's go ahead and continue. Of course I read the whole thing, and now we can actually choose, well, what do you know, the first one that showed up here, 10.3 Panther. 2.6 gigabytes of space, that's it. If we take a look at options, we obviously just want to install macOS for the first time, so we'll just leave that as is. Let's go ahead and, well, you know what? Yeah, we'll install everything here. I did not know that Stuffit Expander is actually on this DVD. Why would you skip drivers part 2 of Epson printers? You know, we have so much space, I'm just gonna leave it as is. We will install X11 because why not? Essential System software is only, it's not even a gigabyte. That's insane. Yeah, this system is way overkill for Panther. I'm sure it's going to be very nice to use. And now we wait. How long? I don't know. It's going to check the DVD, but I'm just happy it's on a DVD itself. I don't have to rely on the internet. I don't have to rely on extra nonsense here. You can probably hear it spin up, but I'd take this any day. In fact, only recently I learned that Apple actually took away the Panther combo update from its website. It'll just say that this page cannot be found. So I do actually have the combo update on my storage partition on the same hard drive, so we will be able to update because the internet update utility is actually broken on Panther. I'm pretty sure the last version of macOS, the oldest one to actually work with it still, was macOS Tiger. I think it still works as of the time I'm recording this. I know it does work for Leopard because that's how I updated Leopard. I guess it was just weird to see it disappear from the Apple website. It's been there for so long and then all of a sudden it's not there. It has been backed up though, so there's no worries of it being gone forever. It's obviously on websites like Macintosh Garden, Internet Archive, things like that, so at least we do have it saved. I'll be back when this is completely done and hopefully we see something a bit more interesting. Now that's what you call PowerPC power. I guess when it comes to PowerPC, the restore DVDs don't really care what system it's on. Now, it's obviously not a guarantee that every single DVD will work with every single type of system out there, but at the same time, it doesn't have the same restrictions as the Intel side of things. This honestly is a very fast install because, well, we're already at processing macOS, and it only says about 2 minutes remaining. I guess the G5s are real powerful, especially on its factory software. I think we might have an intro video. Cube animation. That was actually a pretty short intro video, but I'm happy we had one regardless. It has it Firewire on the first page. Now, obviously, I'm not going to transfer anything, but I mean, it's cool that it mentions it. So yeah, we do want a fresh install here because that's the whole point. But let's go ahead and, oh man, Cube animations. It's actually pretty funny because we have so much screen real estate here, but it's just Cube animation. All right, so let's go ahead and continue. Oh wow, I'm gonna sign into my Apple ID on a software installation DVD from 2004. I think I'm gonna have to pass this time. It would be nice to have a .Mac account though, that would be cool. Cube animation. Okay, this I'm just going to do Command Q because, well, yeah, registration information. So I'm gonna skip this. And then we're going to create the account. Now I'm going to do the same naming scheme here with Power Mac G5. And then the short name is just going to be G5 like on the Leopard install. And I do actually have a password on Leopard. I'm going to make it the same as this. And as for a picture, what do we have here from the early 2000s? Yeah, some of these are still in modern Mac OS. Yeah, let's go with the Lightning because why not? It's very cool to see that date and time still works. I have Ethernet plugged into the back of the G5 and we do have correct information here. So let's go ahead and continue. Don't forget to register. Yeah, of course. I am going to enjoy the Apple computer here though. And with that, we should hopefully have macOS Panther up and running. First off, the PowerBook DVD was like, what's the difference? It just decided to work from start to finish, no problems whatsoever. It doesn't care that it's on a G5. It was just like, okay, yeah, we'll do this. And it's really cool to actually see Panther running on the G5. It just looks so cool. I'm honestly speechless with how it looks here. Peak early 2000s Macintosh experience, and well, I can't wait to use it even more. About this Mac will obviously tell us that this of course is a G5 system with our 0.5 GB of RAM, and it is of course nice to see that it's on the factory version of macOS 10. And it would be nice to keep it on the factory edition here, but because of the way I set everything up here, I want everything to be on the latest that it can support. So with the combo update, it'll bring us up to 10.3.9. Tiger would obviously be 10.4.11. And then we have Leopard at 10.5.8. Now, if I do get another PowerPC system, it would be cool to check out the older editions. We haven't even seen the best part yet. brushed aluminum. All the windows here have this awesome design language, and well, it not only matches the acrylic, but the metal here matches the aluminum of the G5. So we have the best of both worlds, and well, it's just an awesome operating system to look at. Even the file icons here, they're just so cool to see because it's obviously nothing like Leopard. Leopard was a complete overhaul, and Tiger, like I said, I have used it in the past, but I just haven't used it too much. But I'm hoping to change that with the G5. Obviously starting off with Panther here, but you know, we will have Tiger up and running one day as well. Yeah, it's just so cool to see this with this awesome era-appropriate setup. There's so much awesome stuff to check out, such as Classic. Tiger was obviously the last one to support Classic, and Leopard, which I've been using up until now mainly on the G5, doesn't have any Classic support. So we're obviously going to install a Classic operating system here, macOS 9.1 or later. I don't know what the DVD itself has because I've never actually checked out Classic. So we'll go ahead and run the additional installer here on the DVD. And if we go to continue, obviously we read the whole thing. System restore software on the same drive. So that disk is not supported on this model of computer. Well, what do you know? That's the first time we've seen this error message pop up. It let us install macOS Panther, but all of a sudden now it's like, whoa, wait a second. This is not a G4. What are you doing? This is software restore though, so it ejected the disk. What is it gonna do? Well, let's just see what it's gonna do. That is very interesting. So all of a sudden it complains that it's not supported on this model of computer, but in terms of the installation side of things, which is the part I care about the most anyways, it doesn't care about at all. And as for Classic though, I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do because I've never done anything Classic related. So I guess we'll leave Classic for another time. I'm happy that it let us install in the first place. We do of course have the second software installation DVD, but I think this just has some additional files, especially pertaining to the restore side of things. Yep, it's the same thing. So using software restore, this is the only thing it shows up if you load it as is directly. So insert the first one and then, you know, use this one as needed. Man, this preview looks different. It's gonna take a little bit to get used to the different design elements of Classic macOS, but it's looking awesome so far. All right, so let's go ahead and eject this one. And now we know. So yes, you can install macOS, but you can't use software restore. Now, I'm sure that if I use the same guide that the iBook guy, or, you know, when he was going under the iBook guy, if I follow the same guide for this, I'm sure I could be able to get it to work. I don't really need to because, well, it worked long enough in order for us to install the operating system. Something that's also really cool is that because this mouse was alongside this version of macOS and earlier, you know, a one-button mouse, if I actually hold down Control, we get a little icon next to the mouse. This doesn't show up under Leopard, and I don't think it shows up under Tiger, but I really haven't done any testing with Tiger, at least, you know, with this mouse. Oh yeah, that's right. This version of System Preferences has the bookmark tab, so if I wanted to put energy saver, CDs, DVDs, keyboard, mouse, really anything I want to, you could do that. Or you could just remove them as well and hide it if you don't want it. But honestly, this version of System Preferences is still better than the touchscreen-based settings app that was ported over to macOS because, well, this is actually optimized for keyboard and mouse when the other one is supposed to be a touchscreen when there is no touchscreen available. There's a lot more we can talk about Panther here, but ideally, I would actually like to use the operating system first. Maybe install some applications and some games. I've been doing exactly that with Leopard itself, and I've actually been using the G5 quite often. So it's fun to check out old software, play some old games, and just see what's capable on this awesome machine. Oh, wait a second. Wait. Applications. Yes! This is so early that it still has Internet Explorer alongside Safari, but it also has Sherlock. And how do I... Oh no, I moved the icon. How am I gonna clean this up. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to learn how to do that. In Leopard, all I have to do is hold down control click, aka right click, and click on clean up. But yeah, we have Sherlock. This was like marketed as the ultimate internet, like to help you browse the internet, I think. And I have no idea what I'm actually looking at. All I know is that Sherlock is a thing. This is Sherlock 3. Oh yeah, we also have Internet Connect. I know that this is a thing on Tiger, but it's not on Leopard. So internal modem, if only I can use that. It would be cool to actually hook up the modem to something, but I don't have anything to really use it with at the moment. iSync, that's awesome to see. You know, there's even the old icons, such as for system preferences. It has a light switch. Yeah, very cool to see all of this. That's right, this is a shortcut. The menus that open were a macOS Leopard introduction, I believe. So yeah, clicking on this, no secure connection. You know what? I'm also going to change the speed of the mouse here a little bit faster. We do have internet, but obviously this is Safari 1.2.2, copyright 2004. We should be able to go to Macintosh Garden, though. Nice! Well, even Safari here with its brushed aluminum finish, and yeah, you can't even adjust the size of the window. You have to use the corner here. Well, it works. It's not perfect, but it might be because of the window here. Honestly, the fact that it connects at all is enough. It would have been awesome to check out eBay, but yeah, can't open this page. We're not in 2004 anymore. I think to end off today's video, we will transfer over the combo update, which I have in the Macintosh storage partition. Let's go ahead and copy this over to the hard drive. This makes it so convenient because, well, yeah, as you saw, I was able to just copy it over. If we do actually open up software update, it will do the checking, but it should come up with an error has occurred. It'll take a second for it to finish. All right, so this update improves overall compatibility and reliability for Panther, recommended for all users. Network volumes now available in the Finder sidebar. Support for NTFS formatted volumes? Wait, what? You're telling me that this doesn't support NTFS? Honestly, that's actually not that surprising because it's Mac and they did their own thing, but this is interesting, actually. Reliability of user logins, probably referring to the quick login thing. Updated PostScript USB printing, updated font management, reliable disk burning, recording functionality, Bluetooth compatibility for Apple wireless keyboard, mouse. I don't have the Bluetooth antenna for the G5. The wireless version of this and this keyboard were probably released after Panther was made, so that makes sense. iPods connected via USB 2.0 are now recognized by iTunes. Yeah, this was the FireWire only era, so yeah, who's gonna use USB, huh? It's not like that's gonna take off. Updated OpenGL for graphics, updated address book, calendar, disk utility. Actually, speaking of disk, oh, we don't have Spotlight. Yep. I'm so used to command space for Spotlight on Leopard, but even Tiger has it because obviously Tiger introduced it. But no, this doesn't have Spotlight. Ooh, that's a nice looking airport utility. It looks pretty much the same, but it also has the cinema display design language here. Right here. It's not very noticeable on camera, but it is there, which is very nice to see. Net Info Manager, don't remember that. Stuff It Expander, which we did actually see. Even though it is interesting to have 10.3.4, like I said, it would be nice to have the updated version of everything because of the way I want to use this system. And there are actually quite a bit of significant updates in this that I would have not expected. I thought it was just more security updates and stuff. Again, it does make sense because this is, of course, early Mac OS, and there was still a lot to improve upon in this era. So let's go ahead and continue. Obviously, we read the whole thing, Panther, because obviously install. Even the authentication screen here is different with the details and the question mark icon for help. We'll be back when this is completely up to date. In terms of When did Panther actually get the last update? Was it around 2007, 2008? This update is actually from 2005, so it's actually older than I thought, but it also makes sense. But this was also around the same time where there wasn't always a yearly update to macOS. It is still nice to see that an update has significant improvements to the overall system instead of just a, oh, you know, we got rid of some bugs or a minor security update. Nice. So first off, I noticed that these icons here were in a different spot. I tried to realign them as much as possible, but because there's no cleanup command, I don't know I don't know what to do until I can figure that out. So yeah, it's not exactly perfectly aligned, but whatever. The important thing is that in About This Mac, we do actually have 10.3.9. Our G5 is now completely up to date in terms of 2005. And we do have one more thing. The brightness control button on the cinema display obviously works because it's using ADC, which is, you know, a fantastic standard on the Power Mac here. And because this is, of course, Panther, the display icon is a cinema display. And not only that, it even says Apple Cinema Display up here. Now, I'm sure it'll show other options depending on whatever monitor you use, but because we do, of course, have a cinema display, it's obviously all about the display, and we can even control the brightness here through software. There's no physical buttons to control it on the display. Even though software control isn't always perfect, when it comes to the old stuff like this, it's honestly just really cool. Now, alongside the brightness control here, we also have millions of colors, the maximum resolution, and we can even show displays in the menu bar. Now, this would probably be more useful if you're using different monitors or if you're testing out different monitors, but if you actually select this, a small little icon of the cinema display pops up in the corner, and I think I will leave it because it actually looks pretty cool. In the color tab, we also have a custom display profile for the Apple Cinema display. Obviously, this is just the one, but there's others for other displays as well. You could even calibrate it, which is nothing new because that's an option in new macOS as well. We also have options for the power button here. Now, we could disable it. We could disable the display preferences button. I'm going to leave them because that's the whole point of ADC. It works together. It only needs one cable. It's awesome. But at least you do have some customizability in terms of if you don't want to accidentally press it, you know, you can always deselect it, which is a nice option. The other cool feature about having multiple installations of macOS is that now I can actually take advantage of the startup disk section here. So if I want to use Panther, obviously I'll leave it selected to Panther. If I want to use Leopard, I'll switch over to Leopard, click on Restart. Obviously, this will be as populated as this is here once everything is completely installed. I'm happy we actually have Panther up and running. But if you want to see more about the cinema display, the keyboard, the mouse, or even the Power Mac itself, then I'll have a playlist right here where you can check out everything Power Mac related, where we clean everything up, bring it back to factory condition, and we get it up and running just like we did in today's video. That's it for now. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.